Alright, so I make banana nut bread, and after I make it, Bisquick banana nut bread, but I don't have any Bisquick, so we're going to have to fake that. But I dehydrate it and immediately, and it makes a really nice crunchy meal on the trail. It's got walnuts in it, and 3 bananas and 3 eggs and flour and some sugar. And you can dip it in your coffee or your hot chocolate or tea or whatever you're taking. Just makes a wonderful lightweight treat to have on the trail when you're out backpacking. And I thought what I tried to do today is make it with apples, a banana apple bread. I'd not heard of that before. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the same recipe. And here's my Bisquick recipe that I have. Can you see that? Let's see. There we go. So that's Bisquick banana bread that I usually use. And of course I have to substitute, because I don't have any Bisquick, so I'm going to have to put in my own baking soda and baking powder. But basically that's the recipe I'm going to follow, okay? Except for the flour. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and whir up these apples in here. Uh-oh. Dropped 2 apples. If you eat at my house, whatever falls on the food goes in the mouth. I'm definitely a supporter of the 3-second rule, or 3-minute rule, or 30-minute rule. Actually, it's a 30-minute rule is the best. 30-minute rule, you really got it made. Let me turn on some lights in here. There we go. Put some lights on the subject. You notice I'm processing them with the skin on for the nutrients. I love the skin. There's a lot of good nutrition in the skin of most of your vegetables. Like potatoes have, I'm an iodine freak, and potatoes have a lot of iodine in the skin. And I don't know if this will process up like a banana. A banana gets mushy, and I don't think this will get mushy, so this is going to be really interesting to see if it really works. I need to process it with some liquid. Let's see. On here I've got vanilla, so let's go ahead and put the vanilla in with the apples. And I don't usually use good vanilla. This is expensive vanilla. What you need to get is the best vanilla I've ever found is Baker's vanilla. It's 99 cents for the whole thing. It won't bake out of the food, but occasionally a recipe calls for really, really good vanilla, so I have it around, but I don't really like using it. It's expensive, and it has a tendency to bake out of the food. Baker's vanilla does not, and it's even cheaper. So we're going to put some vanilla in there, and we'll put in the oil. Probably ought to put in the eggs, but I want to cream that in with the sugar. So let's put in the eggs. Of course, wouldn't you know it, this is the way it always happens. I've got 2 eggs. Instead of 3 eggs, I got 2 eggs. So that doesn't help me out a lot, does it? So adjust your recipe, 2 eggs instead of 3. That's going to throw it off a bit, I'm sure. Quite a bit. Let's process that. So that's processed eggs. figs and apples and vanilla. That's what we've got in there so far. I'm sorry folks that I can't edit this because my video editor's not working because my big computer died, so I'm using my small laptop and it just will not edit MP4 files. Alright, so there we have that. Now we're going to add 2 1/3 cups of flour. This is just regular flour, not self-rising. We want 2 1/3 cups. There's a third. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and a third. 2 1/3 cups. I'll put in some sugar. Look at that, I'm out of sugar too. Guess you don't do a recipe till you check all your stuff, huh? A cup of sugar. I may barely have a cup of sugar here. Not that that'll kill you. 1, 2. Alright, so didn't have a cup of sugar. I'm just shy of a cup of sugar. And now we'll do some baking powder and soda. So let's see, we're going to guesstimate this. It calls for baking soda, and we're going to put in 1 1/2 baking powder and 1 teaspoon of soda. I mean 1/4 teaspoon of soda. So we're going to put in 1 1/2 teaspoons of soda. There's 1. One and a half teaspoons of baking powder. There's the halfer. Almost out of this too. Out of everything. I guess I cooked too much. And we're going to put in a 1/4 baking soda. And 4 baking soda. And let's see, we need to preheat the oven. The oven needs to be 350. So turn the oven on to 350. There we go. What I do, folks, is I cook all of my bread in a skillet. And it's just the way I roll. Oh, it's mixing nicely. I think this is going to turn out nice. I'm missing an egg, so I'm missing some liquid, that's for sure. Look at that. Definitely missing some liquid. It's going to be more like a cornbread. You know what would be good in here? Cinnamon. Let's put in some cinnamon. Probably about that, about 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon. Let's see, this is going to be almost like a bread. I hope it rises right. You know, we're missing a whole egg, so you never know. Let's see here. Using a whisk was stupid. You know, if it was a batter, it'd come out better. It usually comes out as a batter when you do this. This is definitely not a batter. It's very close. With the other egg, it would be a batter. Easily. Smells good. Smells like cinnamons and apple. That's what it came out to look like. So it's not quite a batter, you know. It's not quite. I'm going to have to finish this in part 2.